Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Vice President Bharat Jagdeo today announced that a development bank will be established to help small and medium-sized enterprises. President Ali announced his urgent nationwide program to combat gender-based violence. Girl graduates say online learning tested them and changed their lives. And women launch childcare businesses after completing WIN training. A development bank will be established to help small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, grow into viable and sustainable businesses. Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo made the announcement today while addressing graduates of the Guyana Academy for Online Learning, GOAL, at the National Cultural Center.
There will be a bank, a development bank that will allow zero-interest financing for small and medium-scale businesses, so if you're getting there. So I hope that you would look at all of the opportunities in the environment sector.
The announcement appears to be a direct response to persistent calls from farmers, entrepreneurs, and private sector stakeholders for a facility that can better support SME development. In March, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry renews its call for strengthened financial markets, a more active stock exchange, and the creation of a development bank. The Chamber stressed that Guyana's current phase of investment and economic diversification demands urgent financial reform to support local enterprise. During his remarks, the Vice President also highlighted financial literacy as a national priority.
In the financial sector, there will be tons of jobs. In the financial sector, we've already made it clear that we'll be a big focus in the next term will be financial literacy, financial empowerment, underwriting opportunities in the oil and gas sector and other sectors that would have a guaranteed rate of return for small investors that's underwritten by the state, so we can democratize investments across the country. Huge opportunities in the financial sector.
Dr. Jagdeo noted that Guyana has made significant progress, moving from a struggling post-1990s economy to becoming one of the world's fastest growing today. Women facing domestic violence in Guyana may soon find hope as government prepares to launch a nationwide program targeting the country's alarming rates of gender-based violence. President Dr. Irfaan Ali made the announcement on Monday, promising a structured and aggressive effort to tackle what he described as a national crisis.
In the coming days, I'll be launching a new program for women. As I told you, in the country, we will be using technology to its fullest. And you will hear about that program that would help all of us to aggressively deal with violence against women.
The push follows a recent World Bank survey, which revealed that 55% of women who've had a male partner reported experiencing some form of intimate partner violence, while 38% reported physical and/or sexual abuse. Guyana is already party to major international conventions against violence and discrimination, including the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the Convention of Belém do Pará, and the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Domestically, the country has passed several key laws, such as the Domestic Violence Act, Sexual Offences Act, and the Prevention of Discrimination Act, among others. Investments have also been made in the legal system, including specialized courts for family, sexual offenses, and child protection. The government is encouraging victims to seek help by calling the 914 hotline, operated by the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. There has been a major drug bust at Toronto Pearson International Airport. Canadian border agents have seized over $400,000 worth of cocaine hidden in shoes, smuggled in luggage of a flight from Guyana. According to the Canada Border Services Agency, officers arrested a traveler on May 26 after discovering 3.5 kilograms of cocaine packed inside their suitcase. The CBSA says the cocaine was detected using advanced contraband screening tools, including ion mobility spectrometry, X-ray scanners, and narcotic identification kits. These tools, combined with officer expertise, enable successful enforcement actions, the agency said. The drugs are estimated to be worth more than $437,000. The CBSA would not disclose the traveler's citizenship, citing Canada's Privacy Act. The investigation remains ongoing. Guyana's Agriculture and Innovation Entrepreneurship Program, or AIEP, has launched its first locally produced food item, a pepper jelly, now on shelves at Massy Megastore, Movie Town. The product, made by young Guyanese entrepreneurs, is part of a regional push to cut the Caribbean's food import bill by 25% by 2030. At Monday's launch, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa hailed the program as a model for the region.
Today, we are seeing the result of what young people can do if their potential are harnessed, if we can exploit all the facilities that government is making available to young people in this country. And today's initiative, or today's launch, is not only a launch of a pepper jelly, but it's a launch, and I want to commend the young people, because today we have over 300 young people who are shareholders in this company, the Agriculture Innovation Entrepreneurship Program.
The minister said that regionally, there have been concerns about young people's interest in the agriculture sector. He noted, however, that with the right support and resources, these very persons can show great potential.
When we can get young people interest into agriculture, that tells us a story. That will be a game changer for us. Because gone are the days when young people see agriculture as a menial job. When they see agriculture is as an activity for only young people, or people who doesn't have any proper academic background. Today we are seeing the right set of people going into the agriculture sector to support those farmers who are there from the inception. People who have passed through tertiary institution, the Guyana School of Agriculture, the University of Guyana. People who are doing clerical work before, they are now involved in agriculture.
Assistant Vice President of Massy Stores, Shalini Thakur Jagdio, commended the AIEP, calling it a forward-thinking initiative.
By featuring products from the AIEP, we're not only offering our customers high-quality, homegrown food, we're helping to build a stronger, more food-secure Guyana. This initiative is about more than just products on shelves. It's about empowering young agri-entrepreneurs, promoting climate-smart farming, and contributing to the national goal of reducing our food import bill by 25% by 2030.
The Ministry of Agriculture, along with Massy, will be working to get more of the program's products on shelves across the region. Massy said that while it will distribute the jelly at its 5 local stores, it is also excited to eventually distribute AIEP products in external markets where they operate. A masked gunman armed with an AR-15 rifle was caught on camera walking openly through Agricola, moments before opening fire on a home in what police believe was a revenge attack. The man has been identified as 22-year-old Keon Narain, an electrician from Caesar Street. On Monday morning, around 8:30, he allegedly rode a motorcycle to Brutus Street, where he opened fire on the home of 60-year-old carpenter Gideon Bowlers. Chilling footage shows Narain in a ski mask, armed with a high-powered rifle, moving deliberately toward the house before firing multiple rounds. Police believe the shooting was retaliation for the earlier killing of Narain's brother, Nicholas Narain, allegedly by Bowlers' son, Raphael Bowlers. After the shooting, Narain fled north. Police later arrested him at his home, where they found the same AR-15 and 5 live rounds. He admitted to the attack during questioning and claimed the weapon belonged to his late brother. Investigators recovered 18 spent shells from the scene. Narain remains in custody as police continue probing both incidents. Ignite News will return after these messages.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
We're back with more Ignite News on 6 at 6. Thousands of young Guyanese have just taken an important step forward. graduated from the Guyana Online Academy of Learning. Our reporter Kezia Miller has more on what this milestone means for the graduates and their future plans.
For the 2,000 gold graduates who walked the stage over the last 2 days, the moment marked more than the end of a program. It was the beginning of new possibilities. Those who spoke with Ignite News said the journey to graduation was both challenging and rewarding.
It was a lot of hard work to get to this point, so it feels really amazing. Originally, my parents were going to pay for my tuition, but it was a lot of money. And I heard about the Gold Scholarship, so I applied, and thankfully I managed to get through. My uncles, who are also in the same field, one of them recommended this program to me, so I'm thankful to him, and obviously my lecturers who helped me build myself up.
I've just collected my diploma in medical technology management, and in about another half an hour, I'll be collecting my associate degree this afternoon. So it's double celebration. I have my friends and family on my phone all morning up to now at home, sending their best wishes, following the journey. I started this journey because of my sons and wanting to keep myself occupied and studied active. After 2 children, I continued my journey in 2022, and I have not stepped back from that path. Instead, I've gone further, and here today I'm collecting my associate degree. I'm also thinking about the next semester while standing here today. So looking forward to that. I wish everyone all the best on the next step toward, and congratulations.
I feel excited. This is a big deal for me. This journey, I believe, was all aligned by God, because as a person that never finished school, never completed third form or CXC, I always had myself in a ditch that, that conventional school is not for me, and I could never attain such thing as a diploma. So when the opportunity opened for me to take this course, I was like, come on, Joanne, let's go. All your siblings has CXC certificates. Challenge yourself, let's go.
I have recently finished my public management degree last year, so now I am heading for the master's and maybe the doctorate in the future, because it's free, and all of us should take an opportunity of this year and make sure that we, what we're gonna say, capitalize on this opportunity to better ourselves and also, our family, because we know the only way a family could go up in life is by education.
With their certificates in hand and a renewed sense of purpose, the graduates said they're ready to give back to their families, communities, and to Guyana. This is Kezia Miller reporting for Ignite News. Back to you, Rihanna.
Thanks, Kezia. It's inspiring to see how these graduates are eager to make a positive impact in their communities and beyond. Women across Guyana are turning training into opportunity, with many now launching their own businesses after completing the Women's Innovation and Investment Network, or WIN, Early Childhood Development course. Since 2021, over 3,000 women have been trained in child care under the WIN program, spearheaded by Human Services Minister Dr. Vindhya Prasad. The initiative offers free skills training to promote economic independence. Recent graduates say the course has opened doors.
I felt good because it was a lot challenging for me, because I was between job and studying also. And one thing, if you want something, you have to work hard for it, and nothing comes easy. I would have learned a lot of things that I haven't known before, and this will take me a lifetime. And also, I will use the grant to do night care, because as it is at the moment, there are a lot of daycares, but there's no night care.
Another graduate, Sienna Prasad from Bartica, received a $100,000 grant to boost her business ambitions.
I'm here at the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and this is after completing 3 years of intense work for the early child care Procterium curriculum that we're completing this year. The $100,000 grant that is being given by the Ministry of Human Services is going to be a start, as there are more persons that I know that are interested in this program and they would need help. This is a start to put things that we learn into practice.
To date, more than 17,000 women have received WIN training, and over 6,000 have started businesses of their own. Yesterday, Minister Prasad also met with the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry to strengthen partnerships that empower women. Key initiatives discussed included the WIN program itself, the Sexual Offenses and Domestic Violence Policy Unit, and Family Enhancement Services. Critchlow Labour College is set to resume in-person classes on July 1st, following a devastating fire that destroyed much of its west wing. Demolition and debris clearing are currently underway, as officials move to ensure the facility is safe for students and staff. Principal Ivor English told Ignite News that the college is pushing to restart its high school diploma program and other courses by early July. Since the fire, classes have been held online. But English says restoring physical learning is now a top priority, especially with over 200 students affected by the blaze. Roughly 80% of the main auditorium and administrative buildings were lost in the fire. Unsafe sections have been demolished, and cleanup efforts continue. The principal also confirmed the Guyana government has pledged support for the college's rehabilitation and expressed gratitude for the assistance. Graduates of the Gold Tourism and Hospitality Management Program were today encouraged to lead with confidence and share their knowledge as Guyana's tourism industry expands. Kezia Miller was at the ceremony and brings us the story.
At today's continuation of the third gold graduation ceremony, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Onij Waldron, inspired graduates of the Tourism and Hospitality Management Program to embrace their roles as future leaders in Guyana's growing industry. She urged them to be bold and confident and to build on the knowledge they have gained. Let's hear from the minister.
For our entrepreneurs among the graduates, I say this: you are our future business leaders. You are the innovators and the creators who will bring new ideas to life. Whether you envision a boutique hotel, a unique food outlet, a tour company, your ideas matter. And now more than ever, we need you to be bold and courageous. Therefore, today's graduation is a call to action in every sector. It is a moment to look ahead with optimism and confidence. You carry with you not just a certificate, but a responsibility. A responsibility to apply what you have learned, to uplift others as you climb, and to build a Guyana that is stronger, smarter, and more united.
Echoing the minister's call, Head of Gold Jacob Opade reminded graduates that the knowledge they have gained must be shared widely, not kept to themselves. He stressed that building Guyana's tourism sector requires collaboration and passing on skill to future generations. Let's hear his thoughts.
Thank you, Minister. The Minister and our guest speaker has given us a pathway on what we can do with the knowledge that we have gained. And this is not for you. Do not allow the knowledge to end with you. One of Gold's students working at the Marriott Hotel asked me, what can I do for my community service? I said, you can teach people in your community how to eat with 5 cutleries, how to eat with fork and knife. Don't you think they will remain in their village forever? One day they will marry Prince Harry, and they have to be able to do that. Teach people how to fold napkins. Teach people how to do little things that they don't normally do at home. And this is how you can utilize your qualification that you have given.
Graduates were also encouraged by Minister Waldron to see themselves as key players in Guyana's tourism future. She highlighted ongoing government investment in training and lifelong learning opportunities.
But let me be clear, this moment, while significant, is not the end of the government of Guyana's investment in you. Our commitment to education, skills development, and certification is a continuous strategic effort to build a workforce that is dynamic, globally competitive, and future ready. We understand that to truly transform our economy, the pace at which it is currently being transforming, and to uplift our people, We must create systems that provide lifelong learning opportunities and ensure our citizens are prepared not just for jobs of today, but also for the careers and industries of tomorrow.
For these graduates, today marks not just an end, but the beginning of a journey filled with opportunity and responsibility as Guyana's tourism sector continues to grow and evolve.
Also addressing the graduates was Vice President Bar Jagdeo, who said Guyana's On the Move and programs like the Gold Scholarships are helping citizens prepare for a future full of opportunities.
Now we can spend more on ourselves, on the things that matter, on our people, on infrastructure, rather than all of the revenue that we collect as a state. We have to pay it out in debt service. And it is this philosophy you see playing out.
Dr. Jagdeo emphasized that Guyanese must think beyond short-term distractions. He pointed to the country's oil wealth, noting that over 1,000 local companies have already benefited from the sector.
Today, there are over 1,000 Guyanese companies now that have benefited from over $700 million of procurement opportunities, and we have over 10,000 people, Guyanese, working in the oil and gas sector, much of which would not have happened without that law, because the law prohibits the oil and gas companies from procuring services in some sectors from non-Guyanese. In hospitality, there are 12 new hotels being built just around Georgetown. That's 6,000 people that have to be hired. And I'm not talking about only those who are working in the bar or serving, and that's important work too, but management and chefs and a whole range of opportunities in the hospitality sector.
The Vice President encouraged graduates to apply for land, explore job training, and stay optimistic, saying every Guyanese has a role to play in building the nation. From the Gold graduation ceremony, I am Kezia Miller with Ignite News.
Thank you, Kezia. As Guyana invests more in training and development, graduates like these will no doubt play a key role in shaping the future of tourism across the country. Establishing a junior stock exchange market in Guyana would be a step in the right direction. This is according to Managing Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Dr. Marlene Street Forrest. Speaking during an interview with financial analyst Joel Bagwandin on the television program Ignite Finance, Dr. Street Forrest stated that, based on her experience, the development of junior markets is a powerful tool for developing economies.
The junior market is an excellent tool because when you look at, if you disaggregate in terms of Guyana, Jamaica, all over the Caribbean, most of the companies are small and medium size. And those are the companies you want to attract for access to capital, especially in Guyana, where economic growth has taken off. You know, and these companies are going to want to have capital, are going to want to have patient capital. Then it is very important, extremely important, that you look not only to bank financing, which, as you know, you pay the price in terms of interest immediately. While with the market, junior market, it gives you time to grow and to mature, and then you can pay even dividend, but your shareholders are going to be waiting on you.
Dr. Street Forrest is one of the most influential voices in Caribbean finance, known for her commitment to financial education and for being a strong advocate for market growth across the region. She was in Ghana last week during Money Week activities, hosted in collaboration with the University of Guyana, as part of efforts to deepen regional capital markets and partnerships. During the discourse, Bagwandin pointed out that there are currently only 15 companies listed on the Guyana Stock Exchange, highlighting the reluctance of Guyanese companies to list. In response, Dr. Street Forrest stressed the importance of financial literacy and direct engagement with young people, which is a key component of her strategy.
It is very important to get the demand side, which is the investor, ready for the supply side, which is the issuer. Because if the issuer puts a prospectus out and there's nobody who understands the market, one, there is not going to be the supply of capital to them. Two, just simply talking about wealth creation, understanding what they can do in terms of having that money. how to invest that money, not only about putting it into a bank account, but what is it about wealth and intergenerational and generational wealth. So we want to bring that to the table. We know that nowadays, especially the young people, some of them are not thinking about a 9 to 5. They are thinking about being entrepreneurs. And you want to encourage and show them what it is to be an entrepreneur.
Dr. Forrest Ford indicated that young people often take the knowledge they gain back into their households, where it can be shared and applied more broadly. Speaking to the role of the Jamaica Stock Exchange in regional economic growth, she described it as the heartbeat of the financial market, playing a significant role in regional development and offering a model framework for the types of markets needed across the Caribbean. The Jamaica Stock Exchange was named the best performing stock exchange in the world in both 2015 and 2018. Ignite News will be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Ignite News on 6 at 6. In sports, 4 of Ghana's top U23 basketball players are in Paraguay for a high-performance 3x3 training camp. Stephen George, Aaron Van Lee Wynn, Anish Ramlal, and Domitry Ranking, along with coach Willen Cameron, are in Asuncion until June 13th, preparing for the Junior Pan American Games. The camp follows a new partnership between the Ghana and Paraguayan Olympic committees, aimed at boosting sports development across both nations. Ghana Basketball Federation President Michael Singh welcomed the initiative, saying 3x3 basketball is a key priority. He thanked the Olympic Association for supporting the opportunity. Coach Cameron, an International Basketball Federation Level 2 certified coach with national title experience, also teaches physical education at President's College and brings a strong development background to the squad. Nicholas Pooran, one of the world's top T20 batters, has retired from international cricket at just 29. The Trinidadian made 167 appearances for the West Indies, including a record 106 T20 internationals, where he's also the region's top scorer, with 2,275 runs. Pooran's decision allows him to focus on global franchise leagues. He skipped the current T20 series against England after playing in the Indian Premier League for Lucknow Super Giants, and he's set to appear in Major League Cricket this summer. Cricket West Indies thanked him for his contributions, calling him a standout player who thrilled fans across the region and beyond. While several stars like South Africa's Heinrich Klaassen have stepped away from internationals for league careers, Pooran's move is especially notable given his age and impact. He last played for West Indies in December 2024 against Bangladesh and hasn't featured in one day since mid-2023. West Indies captain Shai Hope said last week that Pooran's absence from the England series won't affect future selection. But it's now understood the batter officially notified the board of his retirement yesterday. Regionally, as tensions rise between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela, a regional voice is calling for calm. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, is urging both countries to act responsibly and in line with international law. Speaking to Guardian Media, Gonsalves advising inflammatory language and encouraged a mature resolution of disputes. The dispute follows claims by Venezuela's Justice Minister, Diosdado Cabello, who alleged that a Trinidadian man, Gus Kendall Jerome, was caught entering Venezuela with a group he labeled terrorists. But police in Trinidad says there's no record of the man in their criminal database. The matter escalated when Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, warned that the country's territory was off limits. She announced that the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard has been placed on alert and authorized to use deadly force if any Venezuelan vessel tried to illegally enter their waters. When acts of CARICOM should intervene, Gonzalez said outside intervention may not be needed yet. He reiterated the importance of peace and restraint and reaffirmed CARICOM's commitment to regional stability and diplomatic solutions. In international news, U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has dismissed all 17 members of the key vaccine advisory panel that guides national immunization policy. Kennedy, a known vaccine skeptic, announced the move in a Wall Street Journal editorial, saying the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, ACIP, has been compromised by conflicts of interest, undermining public trust. We must ensure Americans receive the safest vaccines possible, Kennedy wrote. The BBC reports the decision has sparked criticism from health experts, who point to Kennedy's history of questioning how safe and effective vaccines are. During his Senate confirmation, Kennedy insisted, "I'm not going to take them away." The ACIP, which helps determine who should get vaccines and when, also influences insurance coverage. Most members Kennedy dismissed were doctors and academic experts, including 8 appointed in January 2025 by outgoing President Biden. Kennedy said the shakeup was necessary to allow President Trump to install a new majority before 2028. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has invited Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to attend the G7 summit in Alberta, scheduled for June 15th to the 17th. Despite ongoing diplomatic tensions, Modi accepted the invitation during a phone call on Friday. Relations between Canada and India have been strained since the 2023 killing of a Sikh Canadian activist in British Columbia. Canadian authorities allege involvement by Indian government agents in the murder. The fallout led to the expulsion of top diplomats from both countries, according to CNN. The invitation has drawn criticism, especially from the World Sikh Organization of Canada, which had written to Carney in May urging him not to invite Modi until the activist's murder is adequately addressed. Speaking to reporters, Carney defended the move, pointing to India's global importance as the world's 5th largest economy and a key player in global supply chains. As G7 chair, Carney said it is essential to include India in global discussions despite political friction. He added that some progress has been made in law enforcement dialogue between the two countries. However, when asked directly about Modi's alleged role in the activist's death, Carney declined to comment, citing ongoing legal process. The invitation signals a cautious diplomatic step amid unresolved tensions and heightened scrutiny from advocacy groups. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.